At what point did you realize, I don't just want to support someone else's vision, I'm building my own legacy?
Oh my gosh, that actually happened when I moved to the farm. I feel like when you're in a state of just like isolation, I guess, you get so many just like insights and downloads. And that's when that kind of like hit me, when I had like that aha moment. And then it was COVID. Depression to me is like being in a state of not expressing your emotions. Like that's how I look at depression. When someone says that they're depressed, I'm like, oh, you just need to process the shit that you've gone through. When you don't do that, you're literally, just think of it as like a backpack, and everything that you don't process, like you're just adding more to that backpack. So it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Oh my gosh. I really, truly realized the importance of like self-love. Like I thought you would think that you loved yourself, but until you really truly experience that, it's like I can't even like really put any words to it. It's like a next level. Like you have a real true understanding of I do come first, not in a selfish way, but like this is a must in order for everything else around me to thrive.
What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, JoJo Simmons, and welcome to the For Good podcast, where we focus on the good, never the bad, and we're measured by what we do, not what we have. Today, I have Dreka Gates, who is what happens when spiritual intelligence meets business execution and also meets emerging tech. She's built a plant-based wellness empire, opened the first Black woman-owned dispensary in Mississippi with a $2 million investment, runs a 60-acre regenerative farm, launched the world's first emotional well-being eyewear line, co-produces a reality show in Fortnite, and has her own owl avatar. She's also a certified birth doula, getting certified as a sex and love coach, all while actively healing generational trauma in real time. Everybody welcome Dreka Gates.
I'm like, wow.
You got a long grocery list of stuff you're doing out here. You working. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know what's going on with you, but
Oh my gosh, everything.
how you feeling though? You feeling good?
Great, I'm feeling great.
You like in New York? I know this is different from Mississippi.
Well, Mississippi's not my vibe.
Okay.
New York is cool. It's
Dope. So let's get into it. I know we got 40 minutes on the clock, so we're gonna try to run through it, but we're gonna have a great conversation. I'm excited to have you here, so thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So when people hear your name, they might know one part of your story, but you've built an entire wellness empire, millions in revenue, multiple businesses, a farm, eyewear, now AI and gaming. At what point did you realize, I don't just want to support someone else's vision, I'm building my own legacy?
Oh my gosh, that actually happened when I moved to the farm. So, it's like, I feel like when you're in a state of just like isolation, I guess, you get so many just like insights and downloads. And that's when that kind of like hit me, when I had like that aha moment. And then it was COVID. So, like entertainment was like shut down. There was no touring. There was, a lot of shit was just shut down. So I didn't really, I'm not going to say I was forced into it, but it was almost like I was having a full circle moment, because the wellness is something that I've always been into. Like I actually when I graduated from high school, I went to college to be a doctor. But obviously being like a Western doctor is not for me. But I found my way into the space without being like a doctor. So
I love that.
yeah.
And then it's funny you speak about COVID, and I think a lot of us had to find ourselves in COVID because some lost their jobs, some lost their situations, some lost their businesses, and COVID really made us sit down with ourselves and find out who we were. And,
Ooh.
a lot of people came out entrepreneurs. I think what a lot of people sleep on about COVID was a lot of people came out stronger and tougher than they thought they were when they had to realize that, hey, I've got to figure this thing out now that the world's a little bit different.
Right. I mean, COVID was like, I felt like it was the perfect setup for a person to get to know themselves, for them to start like really truly discovering like who they are. And that's when I started on what I'm calling like my journey of self-mastery.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So you've said something profound. From conception to age 8, that's where we receive the most programming. Here you are running a 7-figure businesses while also unpacking childhood trauma and rewriting those programs. Most entrepreneurs don't have time for therapy. How did you realize that the inner work wasn't separate from the business success, but actually foundational to it?
Oh my gosh, because it's at the core of who you are. Doing the work brings you back to who you truly are. So that's why it's the foundation of like everything. Like who are you? Who you are is like, it's the core of everything
Right.
that you involve yourself in. And it's very important to have that foundation. Like,
Yeah, I agree. You know, I found that when I found myself and realized who I was in life and what I was passionate about, I was able to implement it into a lot of my business practices and my entrepreneurial, journey. And it just made things better. It made the networking better. It made the business deals better. It made me a better business person just because I move authentically with intention, right? And when you move authentically with intention, people can see that and people want to work with that because they know that you're not bullshitting them, right?
exactly. And you're like literally, you become that one of one
Right.
because you're truly who you are. You're truly who, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're that one of one. You're not like everybody else. Once you, what I say, uneducate yourself and get back to the core of who you are without the programming, without the conditioning, without the trauma.
Yeah, I love it. I always talk about re-educating yourself. Like
Re-
we're educated on the wrong thing, so sometimes you got to uneducate to re-educate.
Exactly.
So I want to talk about something that we don't hear enough at business conferences, how generational trauma literally shows up in our ventures, our cap tables, our decision making, our boundaries or lack thereof. The Gates family farm, 60 acres in Summit, Mississippi, where your great grandmother farmed, which is dope, you're reconnecting with agricultural practices from your lineage. But farm life in the South carries remnants of trauma from slavery and exploited labor. How do you hold both truths, reclaiming ancestral practices while transforming pain into generational wealth?
Oh my gosh. So the story behind that, I was literally just like on the land one day. And it's not exactly where my grandmother was, or my grandparents' farm, but it's like within the area. And I just like fell to my knees in tears because as I was working the land, it was just like, wow, like I'm reclaiming like a part of who I am. I'm reclaiming my power. Like me having this right now is literally just like me reclaiming the truth of who I am.
How's that feeling though? Like
Oh my God.
it's like gotta be invigorating. Like it's gotta be one of those feels like this is mine and I'm connecting to something that has been in my, my lineage for so long, and now I'm able to be old enough to farm on this land and do things on this land. So how was that feeling?
It was very profound. Like I literally, like I dropped to my knees and just started crying, but it was like tears of joy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in the sense like, oh, I purchased this and this is mine. It was like, no, like this is really yours. This belongs to you. And it was beautiful.
I'm loving that. It's I could believe that to know that something's been in your family for so long and that you still have it and be able to say this is mine, not something I just brought, but this has been here. It's dope. What limiting beliefs about money, success, or worthiness did you inherit, either from family or community, and that you had to actively unlearn to build at this level?
Oh my gosh, that it's not safe.
Right.
And you know what? Like to this day is something that I'm still working on. Like you're taught that it's not safe to shine. It's not safe to really like enjoy like your wealth and to enjoy your riches. Like keep it quiet. Like it's just not okay. And that's something that I'm still to this day working on because it's something that constantly comes up. It's like you peel back the layers and it's just like more and more shows up.
Well, our culture is, we're notoriously known to show off a little bit, but because what our history and what Black people have came from is like, we want to always show that, hey, we're making it, we're doing something. It's been a long time, but we're doing something. We're really out here changing the world. We're really out here being successful. We're really out here living the lives that we want. So I think that there's a balance of, we want to kind of peel back and not give too much, but also like, hey, I'm here. I'm here. Like
I did.
I did that, I did that. So you shared publicly about struggling with nightmares, not being taken seriously as a woman in a male-dominant industry, having to constantly prove yourself through actions, and hustle culture that rewards confidence over honesty. How has radical transparency become a competitive advantage instead of a liability?
Oh my gosh, because more people can relate to you. Like people love that, like, because I feel like sometimes we can be like celebrities can be put up on a pedestal and they're like, oh, well, they don't have the same problems that I have. They don't have the same experiences that I have. And it's like, no, we probably do. And we have to like experience all these things in the spotlight. So that makes it like 1,000 times worse.
Yeah.
So I feel like that actually gives you kind of like a leg up.
But how does it make you feel like, obviously in these male-dominated, businesses like cannabis, obviously, and other things
And
that
the
you do,
music
like
industry.
music, everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere, really.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel that you are succeeding, right? And you're able to kind of be like, step your heels on them.
Oh no, I pat myself on the back for that all the time. Because it was like 20 years of like just struggling just to like be seen, to be respected. But I'm respected. So it's like I did my job. you know,
I love that.
the work talk.
I love the
Oh,
confidence that you have. It's like, no matter what obstacles or roadblocks, that doesn't matter. You have to go through them, right?
have
You've
to-
got, no matter what situation you're in, to win, you got to go through it. You
Got
got to
to.
see it through, right?
Got to.
I want to talk about your love as a practice because you've been practicing and all that stuff. So you work with a spiritual psychologist who told you be loved no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
scared, angry, upset, fearful, hurt. Meet it with love, which
Yeah.
I love. That's beautiful in theory, but you're running real businesses with real problems.
Yeah.
When you're facing discrimination, difficult negotiations, or betrayal in business, how do you actually practice this without being dormant
So
or without being a doormat?
without being a doormat, ooh, something else I've been working on because that can come up. Like
Yeah.
people can feel like, oh, well, she's just like in the clouds. Let me just get over her real quick. It's really all about balance. Yes, I do. I still meet everything with love, but at the same time, I do assert myself when I need to.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's key. But at the end of the day, I am love and I'm still love even when I'm asserting myself.
Yeah.
Love is all encompassing. So
And in famous words of Dad, God is love, right?
God is love.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way. I try to wake up every day and just have love in my heart, even when things don't go the way that I want. I think leading with love always gets love back.
Yes.
And when you give love out into the world, I just feel like positivity always flows onto you.
Yeah, but-
Hate is always met with hate. Love is always met with love. And even when it's met with hate, the love overpowers the hate.
It sure does.
You know what I mean?
It
So
sure does.
I love I love how you say you meet everything with love.
I meet
Because you have to. You have to. You have to in this world, right?
Yes.
So now I'm really trying to picture like a tense business meeting, and you're talk about you meet things with love, right? Like, how does that work in a negotiation, or somebody's not really giving you love in that business meeting or that negotiation? How do you meet that with love? Like,
So-
if anybody would want to know, I would like to know, like,
It's called a sandwich, right?
uh-huh.
So they say like the bread is like the part that really like makes you feel good. Like you go into it like hi, like I understand you feel this way about this and da 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 da, and then you give them what you really need to tell them, and then you finish it off with love.
You got to finish off with the bread again.
Sandwich
Yeah.
it with love.
I love that. It's true though, especially in the entrepreneurial space and in the corporate space and stuff like that. Like, you can't lose your cool.
No.
So you just show love, and then you hang up the phone and curse them out in your mind.
That part. See, a lot of people though, I have to say this because people are like, oh my God, like I'm always like, I show up in the world like as this person that's really like peaceful, grounded, but I do take the time out to express all of the emotions, but I do it in what I call like a container, like a ritual space, like for myself.
Do it in your space. Yes,
Exactly.
same here. Like, a lot of people's like, oh, I'm always so happy-go-lucky and jokester and always happy. Yes, I am, because I meet the world with that. But I have that space.
Exactly.
Like, you have to get that frustration out. You have to get those feelings out, because you can't bottle up any emotion, whether it's a good emotion or a bad emotion. It's never
have
good to
to
bottle
express
those up, right? The hustle mindset often celebrates never stopping, grinding at all costs. But you've built multiple seven-figure businesses while actively protecting your peace, as we were just talking about. How do you balance ambition with protecting your peace? What does that tension look like in real time?
Oh, it looks like taking the time out for myself, because you can reach, I'm not gonna lie, there was one point where I did reach a state of like just being completely burnt out. I just didn't have the knowledge that I have now. But now it looks like me literally taking that time for myself. Like when I wake up in the morning, like before I do anything, like I'll go and I work out at home, and I'll go and work out. I'll do some writing.
Flex?
I'm sorry?
It's a flex.
Yes.
Got garage.
Yes. And then I might do some writing just to get, like, if I'm having any kind of like negative thoughts, like I don't want to carry that into my day. So I'm going to write that shit out, and then I'm going to burn it, alchemize that negative energy. Yeah. And
Do you truly burn it?
I truly burn it.
Wow.
Because-
I hasn't tried that, but it sounds.
Please do
I
it.
don't want to burn the house down.
Don't burn the house down.
But I do want to try that. Like,
Yeah.
write down what's bothering me and then burn it.
Let it rip. Like, you can curse. It could be about your dog, your spouse, your mom, your sister, anybody. Just write it out, burn it, and it literally, you will feel like a weight has lifted off of you. So I do that. I take that time out for myself, like every single morning before I interact with anybody, before I'm picking up my phone, before I'm talking to my kids, before I'm doing anything. So
Yeah, I'm gonna try to implement that, because I wake up in the morning and I do get my own time, whether that's rolling up a joint and
Right.
like and kind of just, just figuring out my day or just reading a book or reading a chapter in a book that I enjoy,
Yeah.
just to kind of make sure I'm focused on me first before I have to focus on everybody else.
Ooh.
I think that's the biggest part for me is like, if I could focus on me first, then everybody else can get 100% of me. But if I don't feel like 100% of me in the morning, you're not going to get that.
No.
And I don't want to give somebody that.
No,
I want to make sure I give them 100% of the best part of me.
Right.
So I love that. I'm going to start burning papers in the morning.
Please do.
And I don't mean just rolling papers.
In a fire. Yes. You can do both.
Yeah, I could do both. I could smoke and burn the papers. Yes. Right. So you discovered radical self-love for the first time during COVID in your 30s.
Yeah.
That means you built successful businesses before you even knew yourself. Yes. How has your definition of love for yourself, your children, and community shifted in the recent years?
Oh my gosh. I really, truly realized the importance of like self-love. Like I thought you would think that you loved yourself, but until you really, truly experience that, it's like, I can't even like really put any words to it. It's like a next level. Like you have a real, true, like understanding of, I do come first, not in a selfish way, but like this is a must in order for everything else around me to thrive and for anything that I put my energy into to thrive.
I agree. I'm so deep. I'm into what you were saying because I agree. A couple years ago, I had to look in the mirror and ask myself, do you love yourself?
Yeah.
And I think that's a very important question for a lot of people to ask themselves is, do you love who you are?
Right.
Do you love, because only people that know you truly is yourself and God, right? So you could lie to the world, you could put on the front to the world, but do you truly love yourself?
Behind those closed doors.
Yeah, behind those closed doors. Are you happy with who you are? Are you happy with your routines? Are you happy with what you're doing? Are you happy with your intentions? Are you happy with what you're trying to change in the world or impact? And then those are big questions to myself. And when I look in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm checking off every box. Okay, I love myself. Cool.
Right.
I can go love everybody else now.
Right.
Because I love myself, right? I have no self-hate.
Exactly.
Right? So that's a big thing, I think,
it's
people.
Huge.
And I think that's when they project a lot of hate on other people because they truly don't love themselves.
Very, very, very true. And it actually takes a lot to even be able to sit with yourself and be real with yourself about that.
Yeah.
And that's
hard. That's hard conversation. Because you might find out you don't truly fully love yourself the way you're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
And now, what would you say to an entrepreneur, somebody in this room who's so busy building, they've completely lost touch with who they are? What would you say to that person in this room right now?
Go back to the drawing board, please. You will get much better results. And then what you come back with will be so much more, there will be so much more love and intention in it, and people will feel it. It's like, it's a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
A whole totally different vibe.
I agree. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting because you're not just staying in traditional wellness lanes, you're expanding into tech, gaming, AI, and I want to talk about that. I think that's really cool, especially you in this space, and it's a space that everybody should kind of get familiar with. You co-produced Envy Reality Fashion Tycoon in Fortnite and created Dreka AI, an AI version of yourself that exists in virtual worlds. Most wellness entrepreneurs stick to products and retreats. What drew you into gaming and digital spaces?
Because I feel like that's where we're going. Like whether we like it or not, like you're dealing with AI already, even if you're like, I'm not getting into ChatGPT and all. No, like
GPT is my best friend.
That's what I'm saying. That's your big homie. But to some extent, like you're dealing with AI. Even when you're getting like suggestions on your phone, the autocorrect when you're sending a text message, that's AI. You know what I'm saying? So it's everywhere, and it's only gonna be, we're gonna see it showing up more and more in our everyday lives. And so I just felt like it's super important. And I have so much to share with the world. I'm like, I need someone to help me. Yeah. So that's why I created
and that's a big thing I wanted to discuss about AI. I'm very big on using it, but not using it as a crutch. Like, just make sure you're still creative and put your touch on things. But if known how to use correctly, you can start businesses off AI. You can really do a lot. Like a lot of people, there's too much opportunity on AI to really start something from scratch. You give them your ideas and they'll really work with it, like you said. Like, my wife's using it a lot for some business ideas. It's really been helping her, and they come up with logos and they do all this crazy stuff. And I think that if you use it in the right way, you can win. You could become a millionaire, right? Yes. You can really become an entrepreneur from your home.
Right. It's there to support you, like real talk.
For sure. Yeah. Not there to crutch you, they're to definitely support you.
They're to support.
For entrepreneurs thinking about legacy, scalability, and impact, what does it mean to have an AI version of yourself that can reach people that when you're not physically there? What can Dreka AI do that Dreka can't do?
Well, she can talk to like millions of people at one time. one-on-one, that is. So that's really like why we created her, because she can do that. She can be one-on-one with other people, because I can't do that. There's only so much that I can do, but I have such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to just like health and wellness and so many things, and I want to be able to share that.
Yeah, I love that you're creating like a version of yourself that can scale beyond the limits of the physical body and time. Like that's like a whole nother level. Like they say, like you can't be in every room at one time. But with AI, you can now,
I
right?
sure can.
So whether it's gaming platforms, immersive virtual experiences, or AI, you're clearly thinking about how to reach people in spaces they're already spending time. For a business and tech audience, what's the strategy behind meeting people where they are versus waiting for them to come find you?
Mm-mm. That's the whole game, like in life. Whether you're doing business or not, is to always meet people where they are. That's the key to like great communication, meeting people where they are.
Right. Yeah.
You have, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. I'm not stopping. I'm just agreeing.
Yeah.
Meeting people where they are. I'm listening.
I'm just saying, that's like the key. That's like a foundation to like
Right.
a lot of things, just communication, marketing, everything. Just
Yeah, I think, and like you said, it's being aware of what's next and knowing where to find these people. Like you clearly with this Dreka AI thing, I can't be in every room, but
No, I can't.
Dreka AI could be in every room,
Sure can't.
and my presence can be felt everywhere and anywhere, and that's a form of networking because what we know is with the digital space and the content, if you're constantly seen and your name is constantly said, you're constantly in everybody's face and people's ears, and
Exactly.
they know who you are. So I love that. I want to talk about your Dreka Rose eyewear, which is really cool that my team told me about, and I would love to dig more into that. You just launched Dreka Rose, the world's first celebrity branded emotional well-being lens line. Cool. Eyewear for emotional wellness, not just vision correction. You're talking about lenses that help with mood, light sensitivity, screen time, and visual clarity. How do you connect with the dots between how we literally see and how we feel?
So, the color rose is like the color of love.
Hmm.
So it's all about seeing and meeting everything with love. So looking through those rose-colored lenses, like you're raising your vibration, you're in a higher vibration. You're literally in the vibration of
Do those glasses really do that? They really raise your vibration?
seriously, like the rose, the color rose. Yes, yes, they do.
I'm waiting for my pair. I want the
I
rose
mean,
colored pair. I would like to see love.
I got you. I got you.
That's really cool. How long has it been out? How long is
Oh, geez, like for a couple months.
a couple
Yeah,
months now? And how's things going with that?
it's going really well.
I see the story
It's
behind it.
very
It's amazing.
receptive.
So, keep on keeping on with that one. Like that's a different world to enter,
Isn't it?
but you've made it your own, niche. You know what I mean? So I love that. Love's Harvest. Let's get into that because I'm trying to get through everything. You invested $2 million to create an experience, not just a dispensary.
Mhm.
You wanted people to leave feeling loved and educated. Most people would just put products on shelves. Why was the feeling as important as the product itself to you?
Oh my gosh, because first of the building, that's why it costs so much. Because I renovated a 100-year-old building. There's a historical building in Macomb, Mississippi. Everything that I do, like I want people to actually have an experience. It wasn't just about me like selling marijuana. It was like providing education for them, letting them know that they're loved, that they're cared about.
The crazy thing is, and that's how we feel over at our company 3 is for is like when we speak on weed and we speak on cannabis, it's like the feeling is important
It really,
of what what comes with that, the experience. You know what I mean? So I love that you want people to walk into your dispensary and not just walking to get some weed,
you
but you
know,
want them to educate themselves on the weed and you want them to feel good like when they're walking
exactly.
into the dispensary.
Yep.
You also said you'll never invest $2 million like that again. So like after we speak about the greatness, what did that teach you after saying that you'd probably never do that again?
First of all, just renovating a 100-year-old building, you don't know what you're gonna come across. So yeah, no, I will never do that because it wasn't necessary. I could have built something up from the ground up, but it was like that was also a part of me like restoring the town.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a little run down. People kind of like left it, and there's a lot of good bones there. And so I really wanted it wasn't just about the dispensary. It was like bringing life back into the town.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Although it cost you $2 million,
Exactly.
you brought the life back in. Thank you for that, for bringing the life back in. Your cannabis wellness products are designed specifically for focus, sleep, recovery, and game time.
Mhm.
That level of intentionality is rare. How do you design products for actually healing versus just creating another thing for people to consume and burn out on?
Because I always think about what is something that people actually need, like with the focus. So like I've been in school for like since January, and it was like that was something that I really needed myself. So I'm like, surely I'm not the only one who needs to be able to focus on game time. That's like gives you energy. You can use that prior to like working out or anything like that. But it's like, I don't want to just be, well, I'm not just another person slapping a label on some product and being like, hey, here, buy this. Like, I really needed to actually work. I really needed to actually like provide support to people.
So you have a cannabis product that gives you energy before you work?
Yeah, that's the game time.
Oh,
Game day.
Okay, I need to try one of those. I'm gonna make sure I purchase.
Yes.
So let's get tactical, because spiritual death is beautiful, but people need tools they can actually use tomorrow morning. You practice high vibe writing, and I know we spoke a little bit about your writing earlier. 12 minutes of writing out everything that's pissing you off, then burning it in to release the energy. I know we discussed this. For founders who think, I don't have 12 minutes, I don't have 12 fires to put out, make the case, why is processing emotions actual productivity, not a break from it?
First of all, depression, right? Depression to me is like being in a state of not expressing your emotions. Like, that's how I look at depression. When someone says that they're depressed, I'm like, oh, you just need to process the shit that you've gone through. So when you don't do that, you're literally, just think of it as like a backpack, and everything that you don't process, like, you're just adding more to that backpack. So it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And it's like, how are you in a state of clarity when you're making these decisions if you're carrying around all this stuff?
Yeah.
So that's why it's very, very, very important to do that.
I love it. I mean, I told you I'm gonna take the time to do it, so I'll let you know how it goes for me.
Yes, please do.
You've been clear about rejecting Western medicine as the only solution. You're a certified doula, getting certified as a sex and love coach. You work with plant medicine. Why is it important for entrepreneurs to become students of their own wellness instead of just consumers of quick fixes and prescriptions?
I mean, at the end of the day, it helps you to not necessarily like last longer, but to be at your best, to be the best version of yourself.
Right.
And that's what you're giving at the end of the day. So
I love that. I love that. I know that, obviously, there's a lot of different, wellness ways and things to go about things. And even when it comes to medication, I've been exploring those ways as well, because, eons ago, they were natural things to.
literally, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the plants. The plants are here to support us.
That's a fact. So here's what the research shows. Black women entrepreneurs are the most likely to experience high effort coping burnout. We're constantly overperforming to prove yourselves in spaces that already doubt you guys. But you've done something different. You've built multiple million-dollar businesses while refusing to sacrifice yourself on the altar of hustle culture. What does success with peace actually look like in your life right now?
I'm well supported. Anytime I go out, like, people come up to me and I get to hear some of the most like amazing stories of how I've supported someone through something, or how something that they use has literally, that I sell, has literally just like changed their life. That is success to me.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, success is different to everybody, but if you find success, to me, is self-peace, inner love, If you could give every Black entrepreneur in this room one permission slip, something that they think they can't do or be done until they've made it happen, what would it be?
No, like, you just have to go for it. Trust your intuition, trust your instinct, because that's all I do. I allow myself to be guided, and it's like, I believe in myself. I believe in my own capabilities, and I believe that what I am sharing is like what I'm meant to be doing, it's my purpose.
Yeah.
So whether, I don't really care about what other people think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants and needs what I have to share. So
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. I'm about just going for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what else can you do? You either do nothing or you do something.
yeah,
And I think doing something is always more productive.
it sure is.
So you just got to go for it,
Yeah.
Last question. We're coming towards the end. It's the last question, but I have one more question I may want to ask you.
Okay.
And this brings it full circle. So you were 13 years old when you left the church against your parents' wishes to find your own spiritual path. That takes audacity, first of all. To choose yourself when nobody understands why. Look at everything you've built now: the farm, the dispensaries, the wellness empire, the AI avatar, gaming platforms, eyewear for emotional wellness. What would you tell that 13-year-old girl who bet on herself before she had any proof that this would work?
Girl, she was bold, because that was that was scary, and it did not go very well. But it was like, at that moment, I knew that that's what I needed to do. I literally, like, I didn't get
At
into
13?
at 13. I didn't get into a physical fight with my mom, but it was
bad.
there.
Okay.
It was bad. It was bad.
So at 13, like, I've got to go find.
Yeah, I was
why-
like, this is not for me. Like, I'm not going anymore. Like, I'm like, every time I go, this doesn't feel good. I'm like, something is off about this.
Mhm.
And I literally, like, I don't think I've been to a church since then, to be honest with you.
But you seem very much spiritually aligned.
I'm so in tune.
I can feel the energy. And now look at your
So-
Dreka Gates here at Black Week talking about all the successes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that 13-year-old girl is smiling.
Yes.
From
Oh my
inside.
gosh. Yes, she is.
So as we close, you know, we got a few minutes, which we did this pretty well. You're a good interviewer.
Thank
You're a good interviewee. What else do you have going on? Is there anything creative projects that everybody in this room should be aware of that you got coming up besides everything we've spoken about?
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
please.
I'm always like, I call it my little lab. Yeah. So like at the top of the year, well, as you know, I've been working on my sex, love, and relationship coaching certification, which for me, I won't be working like one-on-one coaching, but I will be creating like different wellness experiences, different online like master classes and courses. And I'm also coming out with supplements to support people in their sexual wellness.
Oh, okay. All right now.
Yeah. So I'm working on, but I'm planning on launching that at the top of the year. So,
Love that.
Yeah.
You constantly working, constantly building.
cause I'm a creator.
Yeah.
So, like at the end of the day, it's like if I'm not doing something, I'm like, what are you doing, Dreka?
You know, if you're not doing something, you're doing nothing.
Exactly.
I hate doing nothing. The
Yeah.
moment I feel like I have nothing to do is like I'm losing. Like,
Yeah. It's like
so,
what?
like-
Yeah.
For everybody in this room, you know, that takes mental health seriously, what have you done for your mental health lately? We, you know, on this For Good podcast, we touch on that a lot.
Oh.
Mental health. What have you done lately for your mental health besides burning papers?
I do that all the time.
Uh-huh.
So I actually just went to the Amazon jungle.
Oh.
Yes, I went and spent some time in the Amazon jungle with some Shipibo shamans.
Mm.
And while I was there, it was like I went through a process of like reclaiming like my power and also just like processing a lot of things that I was having difficulties with processing on my own because it was a lot. So I did that. Like I took that time out. I was completely disconnected from everything in an Amazon jungle.
That's a
processing
good
my
way to
shit.
process and get your mental health.
It
Like,
sure
just-
is.
like, you know, I just took a quick little chill. Like, I went to the Amazon.
No, I went to the Amazon jungle
That's-
on a freaking 2-hour ride on a little banana boat. Like it was amazing.
Sounds like a great experience.
It really was. I saw 2 pink dolphins, 2
Oh.
pink baby dolphins jumped out of the water.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It was amazing.
So as we wrapped it up, I want to know, and I'm sure people want to know, like, is there anything that you've been inspired by right now? Like a book, a podcast, a song, a quote, anything that maybe we haven't, maybe even a TV show that maybe but somebody hasn't heard of that maybe we may be inspired by?
Body Keeps the Score. That was a book that I had to read.
I heard that before. Somebody else told me that on this podcast,
It's-
which has got to be a good book.
It's deep and it's amazing. But
You
it
hear it twice, you know you got to read it. It must
Hey.
be nice if you hear it twice.
yes, and then that third time is what are you doing?
Yeah, right.
So if you hear the
So
third
Body
time,
Keep Score, that's what it's called.
Body
I'm gonna go out and get that,
It's amazing.
and everybody in the crowd, if you haven't heard of that, please
It's
go check
amazing.
that out because I've heard that twice already, so I know it's
Yeah.
a good one. But Dreka, I really do appreciate you coming here at live at Black Week for everybody, and I do want to give you your flowers for everything that you are putting out into the community. I think it's important for not only a Black person but a Black woman to step up in her entrepreneurial spirit and try things. Right? You're in cannabis, you're in wellness, you're in eyeglasses, you're in farming, you're in like you're in everything, right? And I think that's like, man, that's showing truly a trailblazer, a leader, somebody that has intention, somebody that wants to create impact, and somebody that sees more than just the riches of life. And that's what
Yeah.
the For Good podcast is about. It's about, you know, what we do, not what we have. That is
Yeah.
my tagline. And I'm very authentic, and I mean that when I say that, because I wanted to create a space where we talk about uplifting and positive conversations. It doesn't have to be about the drama in your life or
No.
other things attached to you or things that people may want to think they want to hear. But really what you really want to hear is the entrepreneurial spirit and the winner in you and the
Yeah.
success and the story. Because everybody has a story, and your story is
Everyone.
an amazing story. And obviously your story is still unfolding in front of all of us. And I just want to say congratulations on everything that you have going on. Everybody, please clap it up for Dreka Gates as we close this out. We're here live at Black Week for the For Good podcast. It's your guy, JoJo Simmons, Dreka Gates, the For Good podcast, where we focus on the good, never the bad, where we're measured by what we do, not what we have. We're signing out till next time. Your guy, JoJo Simmons, Dreka Gates, Black Week. Let's go. Peace. See you next time.